Well, we're back again, folks. The Square Circle
My
Maniacs.
God in heaven.
We had to do another show because we've watched alongside of all you other wrestling fans out there the number one wrestling program in the entire world, and that's proven by the ratings. It's proven by the live attendance. WWE Friday Night Smackdown, courtesy of the Fox Network, which they're going to be off of soon. And it was a jam-packed show filled with Randy Orton, CM Punk, Charlotte Flair, who actually did the job tonight, Asuka,
and missed the shit out of that spot. My
Bobby
God.
Lashley. Yes, she did, but she looked fantastic doing it.
She looked great doing it.
Bobby Lashley, who it was a tribute to the troops, folks.
It was so good. Everything.
So good.
God,
everything.
Damn, this is why I love wrestling.
Everything about that show.
This is why I love it.
Every segment of that show told a story and furthered ongoing storylines, and also left you wanting some more.
I hate you, Tony Khan. I hate you.
A certain man named Phillip Brooks cut a 13-minute promo in the middle of that ring, and he received a hero's welcome when he arrived on at the bottom of that Titantron, at the base of the Titantron. When he walked out on that platform, he received a hero's welcome from all those heroes.
Did you notice he was in the zone the minute he walked out? Did you notice what he did when he saw the first title? Did you catch that? Did you catch that little snippet?
The first title. What do you mean, the first title belt that someone was holding?
Uh-huh.
He walked over and slapped it, didn't he? And he hugged the guy?
No.
What did he do? What did he do?
He looked at it. The guy was holding Seth Rollins' replica belt, right? And he touched it and goes, I like that. I like that. Hitting just a little nugget that this is where we're headed for WrestleMania.
The foreshadowing was off the charts.
How
off the charts, Don.
Goddamn good is this guy at what he does? Is he not the best professional wrestler in the world today? Why did we watch AEW the past year, Johnny Bottles? I know why I watched it. It wasn't because I was hoping Kenny Omega was going to do some backflip bullshit. It wasn't because FTR is the best tag team in the world, which they are. No heads, no questions, they are. CM Punk gets professional wrestling. Pour the drink, because my God in heaven.
I'm pouring it right now, Don. He gets every subtle nuance of professional wrestling. Every little thing. And Christopher Steichleather says he just looks a whole lot happier in this company than that pissant company, as Triple H had phrased it one time at the Hall of Fame to Billy Gunn.
We had to do an emergency show because I can't wait until Thursday to review what has to be the best SmackDown of the year. Has to be. And this is all due credit. Number 2 on my list would be what was leading up to WrestleMania. I love that show. But this is not ending 2023. This is kicking off 2024. And you just blew the fucking doors off. Everybody's coming in. Everybody's welcome. This is why I love professional wrestling.
This was a warning shot fired across the bow of any rival promotion, any rival TV show in the entire world that covers professional wrestling, that showcases professional wrestling. This is, as they WCW used to say, this is where the big boys play.
This is where the big boys play.
Well, WWE in 2023 is where the big boys play. That's all I can say. I would defy anybody to look at tonight's SmackDown and say, what a shit show. AEW was a whole lot better.
You know they got a show going right now, right? They got a show going right now.
It's a disaster. Is this the show where Danielson supposedly got hurt again?
Let me check my who gives a fuck o'clock. Don't care. Oh, we're getting deep in it tonight, Johnny, because I don't care. I just
Mrs.
don't.
Mrs. Bottles, that watch is on Amazon. You can buy that for me.
Look, so there was some inside...
Swig a beer for CM Punk.
Hey, my God in heaven, son.
That was the promo that he wanted to cut on Raw. You could tell.
It was. You could tell.
You
could
hear it in his voice. He had a hero's welcome. That pop when the opening riffs of Cult of Personality hit. Everybody they were on their feet. Everybody was chanting CM Punk. Everybody was cheering. It was effing phenomenal.
Now, we're letting it go tonight. It's a 10 o'clock show. The kids are in bed. We're going to let this go tonight. This show, from start to finish, had me saying, I think I got to watch all of this. I got to watch all of this.
Right from the beginning, Santos Escobar.
From the outgo.
And Dragon Lee. And Dragon Lee is winning me over, man. Dragon Lee,
he's amazing.
Brother.
The guy,
he's the, if you don't know this, and you watch both shows, AEW and WWE, he's the brother of the guy that fought Moxley in the opening match on Dynamite this past week. He's that guy's brother. And that guy who fought Moxley said, you better go to WWE. I think you'll be treated better over there than I'm treated over here. You'll get lost in the sauce over here. And that's what he did.
Do you want to know what else I noticed tonight on the show that made it so much more pleasurable?
What's that?
JBL.
Corey Graves, the absence of Corey Graves. I think I would watch had Michael Cole, JBL, and Corey Graves. Kevin Patrick is the worst.
JBL was money.
He brought back a lot of memories of working with Cole. But
it
Cole
just
can't
brought
do all
back
the shows.
Professionalism. It was just professional feeling from the gate. It just
Patrick
it felt like a
away.
wrestling show.
Kevin Patrick needs to go away. I don't know. I just want to say one more thing about this. I don't know what the Kevin Patrick experience endgame is. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if he's got naked pictures of Triple H and Vince McMahon in a state of baby oiled coitus. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if he's got pictures of Kevin Dunn and a goat naked. I have no idea. I'm done. I don't know what it is, but he's blackmailing somebody to have that position.
The whole show started strong. It started strong.
From the
what a great match. And you've got Dominic Mysterio coming down the ringside to give it a little bit of what the hell's happening here kind of moment.
Do you know why? Do you know why?
I'd like to hear this.
You don't follow NXT.
Not a lot. No, I don't. I'm not going to claim
NXT.
Bottles is frozen in time. He might come back, I don't know. But he's gonna tell me that Dragon Lee is fighting for the North American Championship. I got that much of it. So I hope Bottles comes back. I hope I'm not the one frozen. There we go.
Dragon Lee is fighting for the North American Championship because Wesley, a guy who won a tournament to actually fight for that championship, injured his back. He's going to be out with surgery. He's going to be out for a year. What are you laughing about?
One of us froze, either me or you, and it's going to be goddamn epic when this whole thing gets released. Because I was singing a song about you freezing.
I heard you singing the song.
Okay.
I heard you sing the goddamn song. Oh, my God. It was you sang the Dragon Lee ballad, the ballad of Dragon Lee.
It is now called the Ballad of Dragon Lee. Dragon these nuts across your face. Woo! Ric Flair's in the house because CM Punk is back.
Not to belabor the point, but a guy named Wesley won a tournament to face Dominic Mysterio for the North American Championship at NXT. He hurt his back. He's going to be out with surgery for over a year recovery time with what he's got going on, possibly. And Rey Mysterio handpicked Dragon Lee to fight Dominic Mysterio tomorrow night. And that's why.
Okay, got you.
That's why.
Got it. So it makes sense. So again, storytelling matters. Hello, friends.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Rhodes is a superstar in wrestling, if you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen.
Are we jumping to Cody Rhodes right now?
Well, that's what was next, wasn't it?
Yes, as a matter of fact, yes. Rhode Island, what do you want to talk about? And that package they did with Cena narrating it, and Cena was all over.
Dude,
how iconic was that?
It was so great. It was so great.
And to see people,
the package. And the first thing you know what I said to Mrs. Wayne? I said,
what'd she say?
God, he looks young. And she was like, he is. How long ago was that? I said, honey, that's almost 20 years ago now.
Yeah.
Like, he's been around a long.
Yeah.
He's been around a long, long time.
Oh, yeah.
And this has always been his thing, was the troops and sick kids in hospitals. John Cena, for all the hate he got, always a good dude behind the scenes. Always
One Make-A-Wish a day. One Make-A-Wish a day is what he was doing.
And whatever
he was an
time
active
he was
wrestler.
What a hell of a guy.
He started in OVW with Batista and Randy Orton. That's how far he goes back. He was the prototype. That was his name in OVW.
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
Yes. And his father, John Cena Sr., had a Massachusetts wrestling promotion, an indie promotion that he owned and operated. And he was the lead heel. He was the lead heel.
And he refused to ever go heel once he started doing all the Make-A-Wish Foundation stuff. Right. He was like, I can't do it.
Exactly right.
This means too much to me. They can boo the shit out of me all they want, but I'm never going to be the open bad guy. Can't see me, bitch.
Statman. Christopher Stikelether says, Cena's first tribute to the troops was 2004. I'll have to take your word for it, Chris. You're like I said, you're the stat man, baby. You're the stat man. You got all the facts and figures. The OVW class was insane, Larry.
It really was. It was.
And so many people there were fantastic that never made it in WWE.
Dude.
Surprisingly enough, they never got a look. They never got a look.
And Jim Cornette has been adamant about how they called up Batista way too fast. He was like, you're going to get 4 years out of this guy, but you're going to get 4 big years because he looks like a megastar. So he was right. Anyway,
Can you imagine if they would have gotten Kenny Bolin in the WWE? You know who Kenny Bolin is?
I know who that piece of shit is. What an goddamn Kentucky Fried Chicken eating fool.
That son of a bitch got a hold of a price gun for Kroger, and he started repricing in the store all the meat in the meat case, like $10 off a pack.
That's it.
Yeah.
I got prime rib here. It's on the goddamn receipt, lady. Imagine.
But anyway, we digress. Once more, we digress because the world of professional wrestling is so rich with characters.
But this show.
It was just unbelievable. From the Santos Escobar Dragon Lee match to the Cody Rhodes promo, introducing the video package with John Cena, doing what he does best.
It was just great.
The look on their faces when they're interacting with all the WWE superstars.
Yeah, it's amazing, dude.
Amazing.
As a former soldier, I can only imagine what that would have been like. I didn't get that opportunity, but God bless those guys for doing that because that's some dangerous situations they put themselves in. So, salute.
I heard that you interacted at one point in time when you were in the service with the Malky brothers. Is that true?
Look, man, that chick didn't know what was going on. I'm not getting into that.
The Malky brothers? But anyway, that's the second Malky brothers reference of the day. Brad Nessler from CBS Sports.
Oh, yeah, he was on commentary.
How did they bag that guy? And he knew who Karrion Kross was. We haven't seen this guy since October.
He's been gone for a while.
I'm sorry, not October, since August.
For a long time. I got to ask you something, though.
Yes, sir.
Does he not have one of the best entrances in the business right now?
Yes, and a lot of people argue the fact that he's all entrance. He's all entrance, but he's not. He can actually go he can go in the ring. He can go in the ring. The whole presentation is fantastic. What they're going to do with Karrion Kross, and as the kids say, let him cook. You ever hear that expression? Let him cook. Triple H is going to turn Karrion Kross and Scarlett face. but he's got to do it the right way. Take him off TV for a while. How can I miss you if you won't go away? As the old expression goes.
God, dude, they got to do something with this guy, man. He's got to do something. Chris, thank you for your service. I was 82nd Airborne. I got you. You threw me out of airplanes. They've got to do something with this, man, because they can't keep having this guy lose. He's got a look. He's got an entrance. He can work in the ring. Do something positive with this guy, man. Stop putting him out there as a job guy.
It was a heel versus heel match. And for a match with Lashley to make it look respectable, you need a guy just as big as Lashley to call into question who's going to win this. Did you actually think when the match started, and this is what I love about modern WWE now, who's going to win this match?
I knew who was going to win this match. I already knew. Not going to bullshit. My wife, Mrs. Don Wayne, said, I like his entrance, but he's going to lose. I said, I know. I don't know what we're doing here. Like, this isn't one of those matches for me.
Well, it's better than watching an AEW match. Where,
I'm not saying it's not, but
Kenny Omega's taking on, Jack Falkman from Kenscocken, Ohio.
There's levels to this shit, pal.
There's levels, pal.
But then it happened. The next thing happened. And I like Mussolini! CM Punk cut the best promo I've seen all year.
This was the promo he wanted to cut on Raw.
It was.
Because he didn't have time.
It was. And he even went, and I'm going to use this term, he went inside baseball, and someone on Twitter said,
did you hear the Tony Khan chant? Could you make that out?
No.
I heard a group of people screaming Tony Khan. I heard AEW. I heard a variety because there's a lot of people chanting different things.
There was one line he had in here that registered in my house, right? And this one I was like, okay, I think my family might be too inside baseball when it comes to wrestling. We might be a little bit too inside the ropes. I don't know who'd feel comfortable working with somebody randomly punching people backstage.
Dude, well, that was just God.
My wife laughed like hell.
Mm-hmm.
My son laughed like hell, and the audience was like, "What? I don't get it."
They got it. A lot of people got it.
Yeah, but go back and listen. It's not as loud as you think. My household popped. I went back and watched it. The audience didn't. The audience did not explode because they don't watch that shit, Johnny.
I laughed, and even Bubba the Wonder Dog popped.
I'm saying not everybody got it. And he's got to quit eating your pot. So that's a different story. But I'm telling you, not everybody got it. I came unglued because I got it instantly.
Dude,
but that's one of those rare.
I think you're underestimating it. I think more than what you think in that crowd got that reference. He even smiled when he said it. I'll go back and rewatch it. I'll go back and rewatch it. You bastard.
Watch. You're going to see. And the other part of it was, and Larry made sure I remembered this. Thank you, Larry. Because he said this. I'm going to put my feet up on the couch like I'm home. Pardon the mud on my shoes. Did you catch
I didn't get that reference. I didn't get that reference.
He was talking about he'd been in a fucking mud show for the past year and a half.
Oh.
See, that's one of those baseball references. That's what he said. Pardon the mud on my shoes. He lit this thing on fire from beginning to end. He did the L.A. Knight thing and never said his name. Not once.
The old L.A. Knight reference. You froze up on me, Don.
Sorry. The L.A. Knight reference. It was perfect. If I got to leave and come back in, I'll do it. You can carry this for 10 minutes.
We're not going to. Well, we're okay, pal. We're good.
He said that, and I about died laughing because he never said his name. He just went.
Yep.
And the crowd, he gets it.
He gets every aspect. He gets every aspect of how to work in professional wrestling. And when he's done, in the ring. He'll go over to color commentary. He'll also be a trainer backstage. He even made a reference to going to NXT and talking to Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
So look for him.
When he goes,
dude, they're going to put him on NXT to jack the ratings up for that show.
At least
once. Twice. Once to start a feud, and the second time to have the match. That's what they'll do.
And like Larry said, when he delivered the at the end,
Mm-hmm.
And then he went after Seth Rollins with Venom. Went after Seth Rollins with Venom.
Mm-hmm.
Meant that shit.
Yeah. Like I told you a week ago, the first feud where he's going to be in the ring for a match.
Major feud.
Will be challenging Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble.
I think you're right. I think you're onto something.
And Seth Rollins will interfere in the match because they're all going to be there. Seth Rollins will come in and interfere and cost him the match against Roman Reigns. That starts the feud up. That starts the feud up with Seth Rollins. You can also add in AJ Lee and CM Punk versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. And it will culminate at WrestleMania, where he'll main event night 1.
He has to.
Against Seth Rollins. You
heard it here first. And he's going to win. And he's going to win. He's going to win.
You've got to read between the lines of all this shit that you see on the internet and put it all the pieces together. And who's a reliable source? Who's not? Who's credible? Who is it?
Yeah, but beyond
I listen to that shit all day long. But go ahead.
He also started off with Roman Reigns when he said, I recognize you, but recognize me because I am the OG Paul Heyman guy.
Yes, sir.
He went down the list and said,
By the way, hang on a second.
Go ahead.
That's a new t-shirt.
Calm down, killer.
That's a new t-shirt.
I'm the OG Paul Heyman guy.
That could be a new t-shirt for those bastards. They're gonna produce those, I guarantee it.
It absolutely should. It absolutely should. It really should. And the other part he said was, I'm here to fulfill my destiny and main event
WrestleMania. Yep. That's the one thing that's escaped that man. Stand up on the
ropes and point at that side.
That's the one thing in his career that has escaped him. Main eventing WrestleMania. He's never done it.
Never. And Chris, I hear you. The only way he challenges Roman is if he signs on Smackdown. Don't forget, brother, it's wrestling. Everything can change.
He could just refuse to sign and lock himself into something until he faces Roman.
I think you're onto something there.
And he could provoke Roman, and Roman will say, "I want you at the Royal Rumble. I want you."
Yes, I want you.
And that's what's going to happen.
And not the other way around. I want you. So this promo.
Now, Don, you'll notice backstage he almost went into the Bloodline locker room. But we'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh, I was going to get there. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Charlotte Flair and Asuka was, goddamn.
But I will say one thing, and I've said it a couple of weeks ago. They changed the entire presentation of Charlotte Flair.
They have. They have.
Her makeup is softened. The makeup is softened.
Yes.
She's more. They soften up the makeup so she doesn't look that much of a heel, and she's less heelish. She's not heelish at all, actually. When she walks down to the ring, she's not doing the twirl in the middle of the promenade between the two sections of the fans. She's slapping fives, with the fans, talking to kids.
But there is bad news after this match. Did you notice the rush finish?
With Bayley?
With whatever happened. Well, yeah, the rush finish with Charlotte and Asuka.
Yes. And I can't believe Charlotte Flair lost to a schoolboy roll-up like that.
They're saying she might be seriously hurt now.
Really?
Yep. Like ligament torn type, gone for 8 months deal.
I don't think she'll be good because Charlotte Flair works out like a freaking machine.
You can work out like a machine, brother, all you want, but if that ligament goes, that's it. That's the end, brother.
Buddy, that broad is tough as nails. The only thing that keeps her out is when a breast implant blows.
So go ahead and
check. Twice to her.
Check it out online. You can see pictures of her when we're done with this. Mm-hmm. She told them to rush the finish and was screaming my knee after the match. I think she tore her ACL.
I hope not.
See, there you go. There it is. Even Chris saw it.
But I will say one thing. When Victoria was in the WWE, she tore her ACL, and she wrestled with a knee brace on for her entire career in the WWE after that.
Yes, she was great. She was great.
She never got it fixed.
However, CM Punk was backstage the rest of the show.
With Kevin Owens.
He ran into Kevin Owens. And it wasn't long, but it was amusing. Like, it wasn't something long and drawn out, but it was amusing, right?
It was, they were amicable. They were, no hostility.
No hostility. It was just, hey, I recognize you're here and you recognize I'm here. And if we got to cross paths later, we're going to do that shit.
Maybe a portent of things to come.
Maybe. He almost knocked on the Bloodline's door, like you mentioned earlier. That was another little, I'm trying to be calm. Everything he's doing right now is perfect. And then to close the show, he came up to LA Knight and Randy Orton and said, good luck. And just walked away. Because that's what you do. You cannot tell if this guy's heel or babyface at this point in time. I am here for everything he's doing. And I love the fact that they're putting Randy Orton in a tag team to get him back into wrestling. So it's not all on him. Excuse me. Like with Dominic Mysterio, right?
Right.
They made it a 10-minute match max. Get him out of there. Don't need to waste this guy. Don't need to risk injuring him again. He and LA Knight had a match against Jimmy and Solo. Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. Mm-hmm. It was a really good match. I hope you go back and watch it. It was a good match. I enjoyed everything about it. It ended the way it should. Randy Orton looked over at LA Knight when it was over with and was like, that's not bad, kid. And yes, Mr. Harris, we caught all of the digs at AEW from Punk's promo. All of them. They were perfect. I don't want to keep going on and on. That was the show in a nutshell. But the highlight of all of this, and I want to make sure I'm clear when I say this. Mm-hmm. CM Punk's the best wrestler in the world. Not because of his in-ring acumen or none of that other bullshit, but because he knows how to put asses in seats. He knows how to sell a ticket and get you emotionally invested in whatever he's doing. I watched that dreck that is AEW for over a year to watch that guy, to see what he was going to do.
Collision was a great show when he was on it.
Amazing.
When he was booking Collision, it was perfect.
It's the best wrestling show I've seen until this Smackdown, his first couple of shows.
Right.
This was and will be the best Smackdown, I believe, of the year. Because you are setting up 2024.
He said he's the monkey wrench thrown into the works. And that's exactly what he is.
And he's absolutely brilliant in what he does. He is a professional wrestler. He will put your ass in front of a television as soon as he grabs a microphone. Oh, and by the way, he's pretty damn good in the ring, too. Like, he's not some idiot that's not going to no-sell everything. Like, I don't know, the Young Bucks or Kenny Omega, who has a 45-minute match with 32 finishers, 17 top rope spots, and he ends it all with the winged fairy shit. Piss on all of it. This is professional wrestling.
There's an old art in professional wrestling, and a lot of the guys who watch this program or that we interact with on Twitter, especially the Squared Circle Maniacs Twitter chapter, who are all fans of old school wrestling, it's called talking people into the arena. talking people into buying a ticket. And that's what he's good at.
And that's what all professional wrestlers should be good at.
There's not many nowadays.
Not many at all.
Who can talk people into the arena. Cena was one of them. The Rock was one of them. Austin was one of them.
Flair,
Mick Foley, so-so. Flair, yes. Hogan especially. He wasn't good in the ring, but he was very, very good at selling, which is a lost art today. Hogan sold in all of his matches more than an entire episode of the Workers in AEW Dynamite.
Super kick.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. Stop me when I'm telling lies.
Please, when is that dropping? He's got to have that moment, right?
Has to.
What he says, stop me when I'm telling lies. Has to have that moment.
Yes. This is the promo that he should have cut on Raw. Yep. People in every seat, brother. You got it. People in every seat. He would talk them in. Raw is going to be in Cleveland, the same arena he walked out on 10 years ago. He said that in his promo. And Cleveland, Ohio is not far from Chicago, Illinois, where he lays his head.
Here's how Dwayne started it. Look in my eyes. What do you see? People in every fucking seat. Perfect. I'm going through the scroll now. There's so much shit going on. I'm just.
It's a
good time to be a wrestling fan. It's a good time. It
absolutely is. This show, when you watched it, it got you charged up as a like I said before, a portent of things to come. It was a preview of what lies ahead.
And the next year. It's the next year.
Folks, it's all wrestling goodness coming your way down the WWE pipe. It really is. It's going to be all
Thank
good
God
stuff.
Vince McMahon's still in charge of booking.
Jesus Christ. If Vince McMahon was in charge of booking, CM Punk would be jobbing at Karrion Kross right now. Come on. I even dig the Damage Control Bailey segment tonight. I even dug that.
It was great. It's going where we thought it should, right?
It's foreshadowing what's going to happen.
It's exactly when that bitch comes back. I mean, sorry, Mercedes Moné.
The boss?
Dude.
She's coming back, pal. She's coming back. That ass is undeniable.
You are killing my soul every time we do this.
Hey, I speak the truth. Tell me when I'm telling lies, pal.
And yes, Mr. Harris, I did see where the Jaguars got ripped by $22 million.
Can you believe that shit?
About that.
That was unbelievable.
I'm going to talk about that on Tuesday.
Even I saw that, pal.
And when you talk about women's wrestling, Larry goes to sleep.
Follow that story. I saw that. No wonder they couldn't afford a golf cart for Trevor Lawrence.
That was what I want to call as a great show. That's what I want to call a great show. That was
outstanding. It was outstanding. It was outstanding. You know, they're going to turn on Bailey. Banks is coming back. Punk is going to face Rollins, and he's going to face Reigns. Yep. Punk may even win the Royal Rumble. Who knows?
We forgot to talk about that. Cody Rhodes approaching him and saying, so your story involves you winning Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Good to have you back. And just walked away.
It's like you got an onion, Don, and you're peeling the skin off before you get to that hard first layer of the onion that you're just going to snip off because it's hard. And you peel that away, and then you start cutting into it, and you got all these different layers to that onion.
If Cody and Punk are the final two of the Rumble,
that would be amazing.
It would be one of the best endings to a Rumble in probably 20 years, to be honest. It really would.
Who would win?
It's got to be Punk. Just one more thing that Cody Rhodes has to overcome. Just one more thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he wins the Elimination Chamber because Punk wants Seth Rollins.
he will want Seth Rollins after he fails to dethrone Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble.
Because Seth Rollins screws him up.
Exactly. And then, like I said, Don, because it's hard. You can put that on my tombstone, motherfucker.
Bottles. Let me tell you something. I got so much happiness in my heart right now.
Let me say this, Don.
Go ahead.
Tell me what are the odds on AJ Lee wrestling a match in 2024 in the WWE? Tell me what the odds are, Don.
I think they're low. I'd say 20%.
I saw a picture of AJ Lee.
She's in phenomenal shape.
Jacked to the gills.
Yes, she is. She was in the show on Stars.
Yes.
I saw her.
She was also the booker for Women of Wrestling. Wow. That show. She was the head booker for WoW. But she stepped down from that position.
Chris says Cody, Jay, Sammy, and Punk in the Final Four.
Yeah, that could be. That could very well be.
I'm going Cody, Punk, Orton, Jay. Not Jay, but the other one.
Sammy.
Nope.
Have you got those
Mr.
Final Four?
Thumb. What the hell's his name?
Sikoa. Solo Sikoa.
And I think Sammy turns heel at that moment. And rejoins the bloodline. Okay?
I don't think so.
I can see it.
Well,
Mussolini! It's coming. I'm telling you, he's coming. And yes, Larry, AJ Lee's into some movie shit. I have no idea. She's into the scripts.
She has written movie scripts. She's and Punk's
she's still doing it. She's still doing it.
Punk's written comic books. Punk has starred in some B movies.
Yes, he has. A lot of them. Yes. He was also in the wrestling show on Stars. That's how he got his wife in there. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen the show, it's actually pretty good.
It's been canceled by Stars.
That sucks ass. It was a pretty good show.
Yes, the former Arrow.
This last show was pretty good.
Stephen Amell. Stephen Amell loves wrestling.
Yes.
Stephen Amell was the star of Arrow, and he's also the star of Heels.
Well, now he's the star of jack shit.
Yes, that's true. He'll resurface. But I firmly believe you'll see Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, who's the man in his household, and according to CM Punk. Did you catch that reference?
Yep, I did.
Those two versus AJ Lee and CM Punk. You'll see that sometime in 2024, in the early part of 2024.
I think you'll see it in 2025 when she's going to the Hall of Fame.
I think she's going to the Hall of Fame in 2024.
You think she is?
They got to put a woman in. Who are they going to put in? Bull Nakano?
Yes, please, God.
Bull Nakano doesn't skip to the ring, pal.
You motherfucker. You thought that tweet escaped me today. I saw it, you asshole.
I tried to go under the radar with that.
Oh, I
just dropped it in. Who are they going to put in as a female? Judy Martin?
What are you doing?
The Jumping Bomb
right
Angels?
Now?
Let's put the Jumping Bomb Angels in.
What are you doing right now? What are you doing?
I'm talking to you drinking 2 beers and a left-handed cigarette.
Victoria for Hall of Fame.
God damn, that's perfect. That's perfect. I'm going to give you Mama Cass Elliott. Right. She had a Texas death match with a bologna sandwich.
Well, I'm not getting into that. That poor woman died choking on a sandwich. I'm not doing this. What I'm going to say now is I'm looking forward to Raw.
Why are you going to kill my buzz?
I'm not. I'm looking forward to Raw.
Victoria would be perfect for the Hall of Fame, man. I'll give you a little nugget of backstage info. Do you know why Victoria got shit canned from the WWE?
I actually do not. Because at this point in time, I had stopped watching.
She was John Cena's road girlfriend.
Okay.
That he stopped seeing her. and he hooked up with Mickie James. And
there we go!
Victoria got a little incensed about that. They made a big stink backstage, and they let her go. And then Mickie James,
stinking backstage.
Mickie James was Cena's road girlfriend, while Cena had a fiance at home.
Yes.
And Mickie James texted the fiance.
Of course she did.
And started a bunch of shit. That's why John Cena no longer had a fiance. And that's why Mickie James got shit canned from WWE.
God,
but
Chris,
bygones be bygones now.
If we do a post-Raw show, man, don't wish that on me. I got to get up at 4 a.m. Tuesday.
11 o'clock at night, we can't do that, Chris. We can't do that. We could do a post next day show, but not a Raw.
If it's this good, I got a bad case of anal glaucoma.
You don't see your ass coming in?
I don't see my ass working today.
Well, you texted me while this show was going on. You said, do you know Carrie? And I said, Carrie who? You said, carry your ass to that computer when this show's over. We're going live.
It's good. It was so good. Bottles, that's all I got tonight. I want to thank everybody for tuning in that stayed up late. It's getting late. It's almost 11 o'clock. Smackdown was absolutely great. Like and subscribe, please, if you have not already. The subscribe button helps us. Tell your...
Gordon Soley saying, so long from the Sunshine State.